Good morning, my director of the program. I would like to present my analysis and suggestion to the current quality assurance. I'm going to introduce you the concept of the the recent literature. Uh, what's in the literature had said. There's a great importance of quality assurance because a growing climate of accountability, which is forcing higher education institutes to demonstrate that their educational programs are high quality. And a good system for internal quality assurance is characterized by an organization and the quality which the quality assurance is embedded in that organization, and active involvement of the staff and students internal quality assurance is essential steps towards building a quality culture in which role with regard to internal quality assurance are defined and responsibility are clear. The description of the current quality assurance in my school is divided into internal and external quality assurance. External quality assurance mean activities undertaken by external bodies accreditation. This body called Indonesian Accreditation Agency for Higher Education in the Hague. This body is recognized by WFME, World Federation of Medical Education. This body evaluates the quality assurance every 5 years to make sure a program complies with a set of minimum standards. The Internet Quality Assurance I'm talking here, let's see, next slide. Okay, the Internet Quality Assurance that I'm talking here is evaluate every 3 months, mid semester, end of semesters, and it's a cyclical process that aim for continuous improvement. There are three steps: measuring, judging, and improving. In the first step, quality assurance is measured, and the second step, the data is collected and compared with the standards to make decision about the strengths and weaknesses. And the third step, improvement are to be to be implemented. Next slide. Before I go to the analysis of the current uh, QA or quality assurance, the main findings from the interviews are the assurance process is boring for students and also for students and also for teachers because they have the they got questions several times, and the improvement process is not so real. So here they reflect some dissatisfaction with the improvement process. The method of collection of the data are mostly questionnaires. So this is the part that makes the boresome. And the last one is low participation of the students in response rate. Uh, the staff who perform the quality assurance mentioned that she has to give information to the students several times to get to know that there is a quality assurance that's questionable should be filled, something like that. The starting point of the our current QA is some include different stakeholder, for example, students, teachers, partners in the hospitals, but they are forget to include also alumni and policymakers. And the question are mixed method. So there's a combination between open and closed question. And process is a periodic measurements is already going on. This is very standpoint of our current of our QA. And I feel, and from the teachers and from the students, that there's a sense of ownership is progressing to develop. However, this only happen in a limited staff. How about the weaknesses of the current QA? Of course, you here want to get to know what is the weakness of the current QA. First, I thought that this use of the evaluation findings tend to more symbolic use. From the law for Lovato and Peterson 2018, there are five different uses described in the evaluation: instrumental, conceptual, enlightenment, process, and symbolic use. Here, our current Q is still in the symbolic use. So it means that only only there is an evaluation finding and there is no real action after that. The solution, I think we can, I can give you suggestion like increase stakeholder improvement, and there's a need dialogue between students, between teachers, students, and so every stakeholder are in good communication to develop the quality culture and continuous improvement. Regarding the data collection, the data collection is only questionnaire. Might increase the chance to get the rich pictures of education. Solution propose several other data collections such as individual interview, focus group, and group consensus techniques. Also, I feel that there is a lack of standards in judgment process. As we know, there are three process. Uh, the questionnaire has not been validated, and also I noticed that it's important to define standard before reporting the data to avoid the disagreement about how to interpret them later on. And also, there should be distinction between absolute and relative standard. For example, when the tutor performance is below 3 in the point 5 scale of Likert, it's mean from strongly disagree to strongly agree. It's mean not just the tutor performance are insufficient, but I think one should also use relative standard in comparison to absolute standard. For example, in that case, the average of tutor is compared to the average of scores of tutor in that course. So it's use the relative standard in comparison to absolute standard. And then the base instrument on theories about effective teaching. I'm going to show you later the questionnaire about the PBL. The items included in measurement should be derived from what it has shown in the literature to determine the quality of educational program. When the list of the items with no underlying theoretical uh, framework, that will give no clear indication to whatsoever needs to be improved. Here is the questionnaire of PBL. Okay. From here, I can uh, I can give you what is not appropriate. For example, in the questionnaire, the students should put their names and also their number, their ID number. This is not because if you if this will make the student fear to say the honesty, to say what is the going on, what's the truth going on, and also in here the questions for tutor is only 6 questions. Tutor motivate self-learning, self-learning. Tutor explain the purpose. Tutor accommodate the discussion between students. Tutor pay close attention to every step of tutorial. Tutor can maintain their function. Tutor pay attention to students. It's only six questions. And then if I compare to the standard to the theoretical framework for the PBL, it lack of the self-directed learning, the question about the self-directed learning. And I do not agree with the question is number one. Tutor motivate self-learning by providing reference teaching material because students should look for their own learning materials. This is for self-directed learning. And then there is no global score here from the tutor if you want to uh, find out the performance of the tutor. And there is no documentation of the about the absent and replacement of the tutor. And lack of defined responsibilities between staff. Uh, for example, task force and course coordinator and director should have uh, different roles and precise rules, and uh, uh, there should be boundaries between those rules. And low participation rate. I can show you here the table, the chart. Um, So every the end of the course, there we have four different teaching methods like PBL, skill lab, lab act, and skill and laboratory activity. This one is laboratory activity, and it's all sorry. I think I put the wrong chart here, and it's all showed that the response rate for the lecture is quite low. And then from the interviews of the staff who run the QAs, she said that it's difficult to ask the students to fill the questionnaire. Based, what are your suggestions for improving the current QA system? Facilitating student evaluation committee to contribute. So it's like a co-creation plus introduction of leadership skill training for students, change the instrument, and then also makes a different responsibilities and clear procedure to every staff involved. And what are the most important recommendation in the QA? The organizational culture should progress to quality culture. How to do that? There should be change in attitudes, change in values, change in beliefs, and of course it requires long-term effort and human resources management. And also there should be change in organizational mindset with a customer-oriented culture in which that staff are motivated and empowered to deliver high quality education. And I suggest that to adopt like CIPP model of evaluation that is going to completely evaluate the process of your education. For example, in the context, we can also give first we can also give uh, the questionnaire to graduation survey to see the percentage satisfaction of graduation about the previous curriculum, and then we can also have many group interviews to to see this challenge and facilitating factors, and regarding the input of the curriculum we can have like expert validation to go for cost analysis and to get to know what the strength and weaknesses of the curriculum. And regarding the process, there is a group interview, and we can also look from the office record. And there is also questionnaire for the self-directed learning as well. And regarding product, we can also see the performance of the student from the summative assessment. And also, we can also have the survey uh, for them to get to whether they're ready to go to internal clinical practice, and the most important of that is co-creation with students in the learning, in the assessment, and in the method as well, because this will improve the quality of education. Involvement of the student body in quality assurance. This is all my references. I hope with all my explanation will make you clear about what is the current quality assurance and my suggestion to improve the current quality assurance. Thank you very much.